Hi, I'm Jamie with The Saving Secret, where I help you become more intentional with your money. If you're new to the channel, I share videos about personal finance. Some of the topics that I include are how to budget, how to save more money, how to build wealth. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of the latest content. Today I'm going to be talking about navigating your savings and checking account to make budgeting easier. Because for so many people, budgeting is a very difficult task, but today I'm going to simplify it in a way you've never seen before and really make it come to life that it can be done no matter what your experience has been in the past. But be sure to stay through to the end of the video because I talk through how to select the right bank and which bank I personally use. And so I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button. It really helps the channel. It really lets me know that the content that I'm sharing is really important and has helped you. But if you could do that, that would be great. Also, if you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to put them in the comments below. If you have any questions, I do respond to all questions down below. Regardless of what your experience has been in the past, saving money is very difficult. It can be hard to navigate how to know how much to save and where to put it and how often to make the transfer. And there's lots of people who give you lots of advice that are very convoluted. They talk about how many different accounts do you need. And in today, I'm just going to talk about you only need one checking and one savings account in order to make it work. So regardless of when you got your bank account, the point of a bank account really has two folds. You want a place where you can store and save your money, and you want another place where you have access to it. Now, one of the things that's very easy and a lot of people are very good at is getting access to their money. This has never been easier with mobile banking. Checks have really gone by the wayside. It's really, as soon as the transaction happens, money's coming in and out of your bank account. So today I want to talk about how to leverage your savings account. Because one of the challenges that I see, and I read about it all the time, is there's just people aren't saving enough. They don't have even $1,000 saved. And they find it difficult after bills and expenses that they don't really have anything left over to save. So I'm going to talk through a very, very simple budgeting system that I've used for several years. One of the reasons that inspired me to build this YouTube channel to help inspire people is this exact principle. Now, we've heard for a long time people say that you need to save first. And when you have a job and you're organizing your finances, you know, that's all good and well. But the reality is when it comes down to it, you have certain bills that you've got to pay. I've changed the expression from save first to save everything. And what do I mean by save everything? I mean that regardless of your income source, that you put your money directly into your savings account first. You put your money first into your savings. All of your income sources need to go into one location, and that location is simply your savings account. And it is important to look at your expenses. And when people try to figure out how to budget, you may hear these terms like a zero-based budget, or you might hear of every dollar, or you may hear that you want every dollar has an assignment or a job. Well, the way I've been budgeting and the way that I teach people to budget is they need to look at their expenses and build a budget off of your monthly expenses. Most expenses are just bills that you know ahead of time exactly to the dollar and penny that you need to pay, whether it's internet, your mortgage payment, utilities, any of these things, you know ahead of time exactly how much you need to pay. Now there's other bills that are more of expenses, like how much are you going to pay for food or personal funds, and so those are things that you need to have a fund for or budget for. If you're interested, I've used EveryDollar for the last 3.5 years, and I recently did a video that walks you through step by step how to set up a budget. Super easy. It takes 10 minutes for probably the original budget, but then after that, I spend about 5 minutes a month budgeting, and that's it. But the key is I budget off my expenses. I do not budget off my income. By doing so, I make savings my default. So I'm automatically saving everything additional above and beyond what I've planned for. So once you make a game plan of what you need to budget for, then you transfer that money from your savings account into your checking account. It's that simple. I specifically do it on the 28th of the month. So when the first of the month arrives, every single bill, every single dollar that you're going to spend in that month, you have in your checking account before the month even starts. And all the money that you make throughout the month, it just goes into savings. And you don't worry about, do I have enough to pay this bill? Or when is the money that I need to transfer between accounts? You've made one transfer from your savings into your checking, and your default is savings. You can do this. Like I said, I've been doing it for 3.5 years, and there's two schools of thought on people who budget. There's the savers and there's the spenders. And people who are the savers want to be able to save everything. This model helps all the savers save as much money as humanly possible. For those people who are spenders, this also gives them the freedom and the right to spend money if it's in the checking account, because it has been determined, it's been earmarked. Those people who are savers are aware that you've spent your money on the 28th of the previous month, and that's what you need for your expenses. So the plan is very simple. Now you may be looking at this plan and saying, Jamie, I want to sign up for it. This is great. I want to do this. But I look at some challenges. You're telling me I need to set up direct deposit into my savings account. But if I do that, I'm going to have fees from my bank, or I need to have a minimum balance in my savings account, or there's these other challenges. And you're exactly right. There may be some hurdles with your current banking system. But I can tell you that I've used Ally, and there's other banks like Ally that have truly free checking, that there are no minimums, no fees of any kind. Again, I've personally used Ally for several years, and it's been no problems whatsoever. Originally, I had signed up for them for their savings account because they're a high yield savings account. If you want a simple system, you only requires a checking, a savings, and you can have that within the same account. And you just need to budget once a month. And then you transfer from savings to checking that amount you needed. So I know that it can be a little bit more complicated when you have multiple different accounts, or you're not quite where you have enough to cover your full months of expenses from what you have in your savings. But now's the time to get started. If you're interested in some of my other videos, I share insights of how to save even more money and how to take care of this crisis that we have of saving money. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. Please be sure to hit the like button. If you have any questions about this finance and budgeting tactic, tips and tricks, or any other ones, feel free to put them in the comments below. I love reading them and I will respond. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.